So let me tell you before we start, this is about take 8 over 2.5 days. For various reasons, bad lighting, bad camera work, bad hair. It hasn't come off so far, but let's hope this one works. So welcome to Friday 5 in 5. This is the first of a new series that I'm going to be doing every Friday. And basically I'm going to be just discussing my top 5 or 5 things that in 5 minutes all around photography. And the first one that I want to do is tell you about 5 vloggers that I really think that you guys should be watching in 2019. Well, you should be watching them now, really, but we're nearly at 2019, so let's have that. 5 vloggers that you should be watching in 2019. Seeing as I've done this little speech about 5 or 6 times, you would think I've got it absolutely nailed down, but every time I say it, I'm like, oh my God, that just didn't sound right. So let's crack on, set the timer for 5 minutes, up there, and off we go. Number 1, Mally Davis. First met Mally about nearly a year ago now. Before he started vlogging, actually. The first thing that struck me about the guy, he's so genuine and honest and passionate about photography. He decided to start vlogging a little while later, and I've got to say his vlogs are really good. He's as mad as a... What are you as mad as? He's as mad as a box of frogs. He's really genuine, likable, engaging character. And on top of all of that, his videos and his images are really good. He's one of the very few that I will watch immediately when it comes out because it's just so engaging. Yeah, Mally Davis, definitely well worth watching. He is my number 1 pick. Not that it's in any order, but he's just the first one. Let's point that out. Number 2 is David Griffiths. I struggle to say Griffiths. I don't know why. It should be easy. Griffiths, David Griffiths. Anyway, David Griffiths. He's from Anglesey in Wales, and he predominantly vlogs around the Anglesey and Snowdonia area, but he's got fantastic knowledge of the place. He finds the spots that are well off the beaten track, and he kind of keeps away from all the touristy popular areas. So like he did a vlog the other week where he was just the other side of the Ogwen Valley, and in the Ogwen Valley it's absolutely teeming with hikers and walkers, and which were the same thing, and photographers and just general tourists. And he was just over, like literally half a mile away over the other side, and it was like he had the whole place to himself. And he always gives you a little bit of potted history about where he's at, which I find really interesting as well. And the other thing I like about him is he pulls no punches. He says what he means what he says. He's a complete down-to-earth guy. There's no airs and graces about him. He's just a good, honest vlogger. But yeah, another one definitely worth watching, David Griffiths. See, I said it that time about any issues. Number 3 is Simon Byrne. Now, Simon Byrne's based somewhere down south, Dorset way, I think, possibly. Simon is a professional photographer, but we'll let him off. And the thing I like about Simon is he's another really engaging vlogger, and not only are his images really good, but his vlogs and his production is fantastic. Really cinematic, really slick, really professional, and he's really knowledgeable. When he talks to you about a subject, you know that he knows exactly what he's talking about. He knows his stuff, and yeah, just fantastic, and a really nice guy as well. I've met him once, met him up in the Lake District. Lovely guy, well worth the watch. I can't believe he's only got the number of subscribers that he's got. He should be in the thousands, absolutely. So yeah, number 3, Simon Byrne. Number 4 is who is number 4? Number 4 is Darren Knight. I knew straight away from watching him that he was going to be really popular, really big, because he's just such a fantastic vlogger. He's got humour, charisma, he's laid back, and he makes you feel like you're just going out with a mate. But he's just so genuine, and his photographs are fantastic. So not only is he a really good vlogger, a really nice, genuine guy, he's also a fantastic photographer. This year, or in 2019, I can't see anything but him going like that, because he's such a fantastic vlogger. And yeah, that's my number 4 choice. And lastly, but not least, number 5 is a guy from the northeast of England called John Haswell. His images are really good, his vlogs are really good, he's another really great, nice, genuine guy. But the thing that I really like about him is that he's so much more than just his vlogs. So John had this fantastic idea of setting up the Facebook group Landscape Photography on YouTube UK. Before that, there were a lot of vloggers, more than I realised, but we were all little individual islands. We were all doing our own thing, and there was no connectivity. But then he set this group up, and it kind of brought us all together. And now we're such a fantastic community, and that's really all down to John. A little bit Tim Day and Joseph Seeger as well, because they've set up another group called UTOGs, and they were doing collabs and meetups slightly before. But John's done so much stuff, and he's got this charity calendar out at the moment as well, which I'll put a link to below. It's for the charity for Louis. Highly recommend you buy it. I know it's a bit close to Christmas, but I'm sure he'll still be able to get you it out before Christmas. I highly recommend you go and watch John. Like I said, he's also a really good vlogger and photographer. So number 5, final one, John Haswell. So that's my top 5 vloggers to watch in 2019, or as I said before, now. I hope you've enjoyed that. I've got plenty more topics coming up, but if you've got anything you'd like me to discuss in this Friday 5 in 5 segment, then please feel free to comment below. If there's anything that you want me to talk about, if you've got any comments, if you've got any thoughts on those vloggers, if you already watched them, if you've got some suggestions that you think should be in that list that I haven't put in. So yeah, if you want to comment below, please feel free. And until next time, I'll see you again soon.